Today, on Be Something Wonderful, the mind-boggling creative power of just assuming it anyway. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Massive video today. I want to talk about this first-time client, but has been a subscriber now for over a year. And she said, Tom, at the time I found your channel, I binge watched your videos, and it has changed my whole life over the last year. And so she wanted to book a session to tell me about that. She also wanted to ask me about whether I'm going to do a coaching training program that she heard on the video. So we talked about that, but that wasn't the big story. The big story was her transformation. She said at the time that she found the channel, she was just, her life just felt stagnant. She said she felt like she was in a dead-end job. Her relationship with her specific person, this is a long-time relationship, right? They've been together for almost 3 years now. It's been hot and cold though. And you know, she wants to get married, she wants to have kids, all of that. She also was going through some health struggles. The possibility, she said it was a girl thing, is what she said. And a possibility of not being able to have kids or get pregnant was there. So she found the channel then, right? And then as she binge watched the videos, she said, Tom, I just moved to that idea that my life is what I assume it is, whether I believe it or not, right? She was struggling with believing whether she could change her life, right? This whole idea that whether I've got to believe it, right? She made belief a condition. Even as she doubted it, she got to a point where, well, maybe it's not going to happen, or maybe it can happen. And she just said, I just decided to move to it, to assume it, whether I believe it or not. In other words, she made her assumption her end. Her assumption is her end. She's going to believe it whether it happens or not, or whether she believes it or not, she's going to assume it. Her assumption is her end. Right? I just dropped the struggle to believe, as you mentioned in your videos. She just dropped that whole struggle. Year later, what happens? She's now launched an online business with her best friend. That hot and cold relationship, they're now engaged to get married this next spring. And they're pregnant. Amazing, right? And so they're pregnant. And you know what I love about this? She goes, just assume it anyway and then let God deliver. This was her words. Just assume it anyway and let God deliver. She mentioned some videos that I talked about Lester Levinson, that it's all perfect. She goes, I really got to that idea that it's all perfect anyway. I don't have to believe it. I am a child of God. It's perfect anyway. Very big revelations. I want to unpack this like we never have before. So here's the thing. Stop trying to believe it and assume it anyway. Take her advice, right? Your assumptions are beyond belief. Remember, your assumptions are an announcement of reality. God announces reality. They're a creative act. Whether you believe they create or not, they're a creative act, right? Make no room for doubt. Leave no room for doubt. These are some of the things we talked about during our session. She left no room for doubt anymore. There's no disbelief in the divine mind. Where there's belief, there's also room for doubt, Vadim Zeland. She mentioned that in another video that I did when I quoted Vadim Zeland. Right? She just left no room now for doubt. That's very powerful. God is perfect faith. God is perfect belief. Do you see it? That's what you already have perfect belief. You already have perfect faith. Trying to get perfect belief, trying to get perfect faith creates doubt. You put the doubt there by creating a reality where you have to get perfect faith, where you have to have perfect belief. It's already there. God created you perfect in its image. So you are already made perfect. I am that I am. Therefore, I am is perfect faith and belief. Do you see it? God's perfect. The faith is perfect. And I am that I am is God. And so When you say I am, that's God, that's perfect faith, that's perfect belief. When you say I am God or I am that, just as she described her new reality of I am those things now. I am married, I am pregnant, I am, right? I am an entrepreneur, right? Pure knowing, pure awareness who you really are is perfect. That I am is perfect faith and belief. Be still and know that I am God, right? Asking how to be who you already are makes no sense. Asking how do I get belief? How do I get conviction? How do I get the knowing? Asking how to be who you already are makes no sense. Having doubt makes no sense. This is what she moved to. Be still and just know. Stop striving. Stop asking how, in other words. Right? So, this is what Jesus said. Therefore you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. Right? Stop trying to be perfect and know that you already are. Stop trying to have faith. Your faith and belief is already perfect. You don't have to try to get it perfect. Just accept it. Right? Accept it. Acknowledge it. Right? You just know that everything is perfect, and then the slightest thought you have will quickly come into being. Lester Levinson. You just know that. This is what Lester said. You just know that everything is perfect, and then the slightest thought you have will quickly come into being. Well, interesting. Over a year it came into being. It was during the year that she said all of this happened for her, but it did come into being. She did go to that perfect faith and perfect belief. She just assumed it anyway. She just decided to take it for granted. Take it for that her wishes are granted, that what she wants is already granted to her. She took it for granted. She assumed it anyway. That's what take it for granted means. It's granted by God who you are, right? Wow. True mastery, remember, is not about creating perfect conditions and appearances, but seeing the perfection behind all appearances. This is where she demonstrated true mastery, right? A master class. She in those imperfect conditions, she saw the perfection. She assumed it anyway. I'm getting a chill when I say that. It's amazing. She saw the perfection of the divinity, the perfect faith, the perfect belief, the perfect God behind all appearances. To have the imperfect experience while knowing the truth of who you really are. While she was having that imperfect experience, she decided to focus on the truth of who she really is. Very powerful here. Trying to believe, trying to know, trying to be convinced only creates an experience of disbelief, an experience of not knowing, an experience of uncertainty, an experience of doubt. She really got that. She stopped creating that and just went to the truth of who she is. Don't wait for proof, be the proof. Don't wait to be convinced, be the conviction. Regardless of what you are thinking, feeling, and seeing, assume it anyway. Whew. Very powerful. This is what she did. Right? Wow. How do I have faith? How do I believe? How do I get conviction? Stop asking those questions. You just move to it. You already have it. This is what she did. She stopped asking, stopped seeking, stopped wondering, stopped trying to believe. I am is perfect faith. I am is perfect belief. I am is perfect conviction. Or in other words, I am perfect faith. I am perfect belief. I am perfect conviction. I am's the one and only reality. I am is perfect. I am limitless. Those are the two beliefs. I am perfect. I am limitless. Knowing this, while you have the experience of imperfect and limiting conditions, is true mastery. That's how all the masters did it. Right? Asking how to be who you already are is an announcement of I am not. Asking how to be who you already are, how do I get conviction? How do I believe? How do I have faith? Is an announcement of I am not. That's a creation of reality of I am not. That's an experience of reality of I am not. There's only ultimate reality of I am, but you can create that experience. Right? You are not here to fix yourself. You're not here to fix others. You're not here to fix conditions. You're not here to fix the world. Rather, you are here to remember the perfection behind all appearances and conditions. She didn't try to fix them. She just moved to that, to know that behind those appearances is everything she wants. You are only and always experiencing and seeing God. the perfection of ultimate reality in its infinite temporary forms and appearances. You are only and always experiencing and seeing God. This is powerful. The perfection of ultimate reality in its infinite temporary forms and appearances that appear imperfect. This is what another client and subscriber, Jeannie, was talking about when she sent me an email the other day, right? When I was talking about opposites. Remember, opposites, it's true they don't exist in ultimate reality, but they are a real experience. When you believe, right? When you're having the experience. You can only have the experience of opposites, but in the ultimate reality, cause equals effect. Opposite extremes meet. All opposites reconcile, right? So in other words, you're only always experiencing and seeing God. You're only always experiencing the perfection of ultimate reality in its infinite temporary forms and appearances, in its infinite imperfect appearances, in its imperfect forms. Right? Assume that it's perfect. She kept saying that, the Lester Levinson quote that I've said in a video. Make that your dominant assumption, and then all these things shall be added to you. First, seek first the kingdom. That's what we mean. Seek first. Assume that it's perfect. Make that your dominant assumption. Make that your dominant reality. And all these things shall be added to you. That's the mind-boggling creative power of just assuming it anyway. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. For following us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, and also our TikTok channel, now at Be Something Wonderful. You can find us there. Guys, remember, we're doing shorts now, new shorts, as well as the shorts that are related to YouTube have links built into them. The other shorts that I'm doing with TikTok do not have links built into them, but I am putting those in the comments. I'm pinning a comment on the shorts with the video. Sometimes those links are clickable, sometimes they're not, but it's all there. You can find the video. It's with the title. And creators, don't forget, this Sunday at 9 a.m., Sunday morning, October 29, 2023, we're going to have our 7th live stream. That's going to be broadcast exclusively on the membership channel. If you're a member, thanks for joining. If you're not, check it out. We also have more content, another video that we're working on for the membership channel. So a lot more is coming. With great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin with Be Something Wonderful in the studios here in Las Vegas. Until next time, see you soon.